If you have lawn irrigation needs and you want to spend a little money to make it easier, the Eve Aqua is a pretty good solution. On the scale of doesn't cost anything to thousands of dollars to put in a real sprinkler system underneath the ground, this is kind of a nice compromise. It's basically about $100 to attach this, to purchase this, and attach this to the outside faucet. Once it's attached to the outside faucet, you leave the faucet valve open. The Eve Aqua is shut until you open it by hitting the button on the device, or via Bluetooth using the app, or via home automation through your network. So on the inside, you can see it uses 2 AA batteries, and they last pretty good, about 5 months. It's got a pretty dry interior. So it's a connected device. You can use a tablet or smartphone and just use the Bluetooth feature to connect to it, or you can attach optionally a home hub. So taking a look at the app, basically when you turn the watering on, you can see it comes on for roughly 20 minutes. That's set by the default duration down below. And then if you look at the watering for, it'll say 1 minute because we just started it, but then you can open that up and see basically a graph of when it has been watered in the past. And if you click the list button to the right, you get a nice running list of when it's been watered and how many gallons were used. So that's very handy. Going up a bit on the schedule, if you add your location to the app, you can actually start scheduling this to run on demand. And what's great about that is the suspension scenes. Suspension scenes can be used to leverage weather data. So you can say, is it going to rain today? And if it is, it'll suspend it for the day and the next day, or however you want to configure that. Estimated consumption is so the days where the bars are higher, obviously it watered longer. The days where there are no bars, it didn't water at all. And you can click on this information list again and get the nicer widescreen view here where you can see all the different days. It groups it by week, month, or year. So did a few tests on the water. I didn't like the numbers coming back at 95 gallons. It didn't seem right. So I got this green container, which is basically 16.5 gallon capacity, and I'm going to fill it up with the Eve Aqua and compare the numbers. So we're just going to fast forward or time lapse this and see how it fills up. Interestingly, it came out at 9 gallons. I was really expecting somewhere near 16 gallons. So test 2, I'm going to take the hose off. I'm going to take the Y splitter off, anything that might have constrained flow. Also coming in at 8 gallons, so not 16 gallons. Test 3, since both of these first 2 tests were so far off, test 3 is going to be about filling this green container that I think is 16.5 gallons by hand. Using a 1 gallon jug, I'm going to fill the container until it's full. And again, this is time lapse sped up. And that's 16 gallons, so that's just about right. So going through what the test shows, basically the Eve Aqua is reporting in 2 different tests, 9 gallons used, and in the second test, 8 gallons used. But in test 3, we verified the capacity of the container it was supposed to fill is indeed 16.5 gallons. So it just leaves questions about the Eve Aqua in terms of the reporting feature. It still reports well on the frequency of watering, but in terms of the actual gallons used or distributed through the Eve Aqua, it just leaves me with some questions. And, it's pricier than a manual programmable timer for $100. At $100 it is. But overall, it's fun, it's functional, and it's quite enjoyable to use.